Dinner with Luca started almost like a joke. Like I received an email one day when the show was still airing, and this family from California was coming in New York City, and the father wanted to surprise the kids. And he asked me, "Can you cook for me and my family?" And I thought about it and I said, you know, we just need a kitchen. That's how the first Dinner with Luca started. So I met Erica in a book signing here in New Jersey, and then her husband Sergio called me and tried to organize a Dinner with Luca for them and their friends.
They had a book signing that I went to, and Luca was there, and I had watched that MasterChef season, so I was really interested in kind of meeting him and kind of seeing. During his presentation, he told us that, listen, you know, I do Dinner with Luca, and I was like, wow, that seems really cool. And so when I got home, I told Sergio, listen, I met Luca, and maybe this is something that we can do.
It's brought a lot of excitement. For me, it's allowed me to really interact with a lot of the guests that I have here tonight versus just taking them out to dinner. If you take a person out to dinner, you are just sitting down, speaking with them, you know, just for that hour or so. Here, you're at your home, you're enjoying the event, and really getting to know that person, which is wonderful.
There is a special connection with the people who I go and cook with.
I'm not a chef, I just like to cook, and to have somebody of this level come in at our house and cook at that level is just amazing to me.
What makes a dinner party nice, that people get involved so that they really, you know, feel that they're part of it, that now we can taste it and eat it. Well, that was good.
As always, we discuss about the details and I send them some menu options. Every time my menu is a little bit different because I like to go around the seasons. I gave them a few options, usually it's a 4-course meal. And they actually picked one of my favorite menus because every dish has something that reminds me so many great things. The appetizer for tonight is my favorite dish ever because it's the most typical dish of my region, Friuli Venezia Giulia. And it's a dish that I like to prepare and I like to eat because it really reminds me back home. It's made with potatoes and onions that are just cooked with a little bit of olive oil and a touch of butter. And then you add Montasio cheese. You melt the Montasio cheese until it gets all crispy in the bottom. Then you flip it. It sounds like very hard to make, but actually it's very, very easy. We're going to serve it with polenta, which is the version of grits for Italians, and crispy speck on top. The middle course is a beautiful risotto. I love to make risottos. This is with asparagus and lemon zest. Brings up, early springtime, and it's my wife's favorite risotto. We actually serve it also for our wedding. It's very easy, like every risotto. Asparagus, I make an asparagus puree, lemon zest, a little bit of lemon juice, and then of course I finish it on top with some sauté asparagus. Made a little surprise appetizer today. It's a dish that I created just for the evening, and I choose one of my favorite things to eat and to cook. Made a pan-seared foie gras served on a slice of toasted Pandoro bauli with duck bacon, raspberry gel, and blackberry sauce. Combination of flavor, amazing. We finish it with a quail egg. The main course for tonight is one of my favorite dishes ever. Is the dish that I presented to the judges in the MasterChef finale. It's a balsamic and tamarind braised beef short ribs, served with sunchoke puree, oyster mushrooms, and watercress. Dessert for tonight, beautiful Pandoro Bauli apple bread pudding. You know, bread pudding is an American classic, and I like to incorporate with Pandoro Bauli, which is one of my favorite desserts from Italy. Bauli has been with me and my family since I was a little kid. Pandoro and panettone will never miss in our house. My favorite part was to open the box. Inside this little bag, there's powdered sugar. Just imagine me, 6 years old, walking around the house, making a mess, and my mother always, "Don't break the bag, Luca, don't break the bag." The great thing about Pandoro is that Bauli still uses the recipe of 85 years ago. There's no preservatives, everything is natural. There's flour, a lot of butter, of course, and lots of love. There's no shortcut, everything is natural. Today, I'll show you my favorite, the apple bread pudding. And instead of using bread, use Pandoro, which is so full of flavor. Already moist with all the butter. What I like to do is I cut it in cubes and toast it in the oven to get that nice and crispy. Today I'm gonna show you pink lady apples and the regular classic custard. Great flavors for your fantastic Pandoro Bauli bread pudding. The secret of my bread pudding not only is Pandoro Bauli, but is a wine sauce that my grandfather used to make back in the days. So use your favorite red wine, 1 apple, a few bay leaves, cinnamon sticks, 4 or 5 cloves, and a little bit of vanilla. Stir until the sugar is melted. The wine will start boiling, and that's where you know that the alcohol will evaporate. Keep it on low heat until it gets almost like a syrup. And then let it chill and put it on top of your bread pudding. The Pandoro Bauli has been toasted. Now we need to prepare the custard. 1.5 cups of heavy cream, 1.5 cups of milk. Put this on the stove until it boils. In the meantime, crack your eggs. I use 4 eggs for this, 1 cup of sugar, peel and dice your apples, put it in a nice large pan, couple of tablespoons of butter, little bit of vanilla, nice big spoon of sugar, and a couple of tablespoons of cinnamon. We let the apples cook for maybe 5 minutes. You don't want them to be too mushy. I like still that crunch in my apples. But the milk and the cream are boiling, so we are ready to make our custard. So remember, this is a raw egg, so you want to make sure that you cook them. Pour a little bit of milk, a little bit of the time on the eggs. Then we're going to put the egg mixture back on the pot and cook it for maybe just for more 60 seconds. Now it's time to assemble. So do a layer of apples and a layer of Pandoro. And then pour your custard. Let it soak for 30 minutes. Last part, cook your bread pudding at 350 for 45 to 50 minutes. Only 45 minutes. Your Pandoro Bauli apple bread pudding is ready. Now let it set at room temperature and then dress it up the way you like. But I'll show you the way I like my Pandoro Bauli bread pudding. With a little bit of gelato, vanilla gelato, and I finish it with a mulled wine sauce. I think dinner with Luca is something very unique because with many of these people, I keep in touch on a regular basis. Sometimes I even go back to their house just to visit. I love it. I feel very fortunate because I think that I took a very, very simple opportunity. It's fun, you know, being able to do something that you love as your job is something very special. Thank you. Until next time. Thank you very much. Ciao, grazie mille. Ciao, ciao. Salute. 100 anni we say, 100 anni. Thank you, thank you.